In this tutorial, we're going to use Adobe Illustrator CC 2020 to go through Class Run a Book Chapter 9. This is part 3 of adding type to a poster. So when we left off, we had just finished writing rainbow trouts, and we're going to go ahead and warp that text. So let's go ahead and grab that escape key and to go ahead and change it to a selection, and let's go ahead and go to Object, and let's go to Envelope, Distort, and we want to go ahead and make with warp. So this is going to go ahead and give us some of those kind of word art things that we're used to seeing a long time ago in Microsoft Word. So let's go ahead and choose our arc. Let's go to Arc Upper and make sure that is turned on. And you can see that if your preview is turned on, you have the ability to change how that looks, what you're going to do with it. Whoa, that's ugly. Let's go ahead and take it back to 0. And let's go ahead and take that bend to a -15. And hit Tab. So it's going to go ahead and make that small for us. And we're going to go ahead and hit OK. I'm going to go ahead and grab that, kind of bring it over. So what if I don't like, I'm not stuck with it. I can go back and change those options. Maybe I don't want to say rainbow trouts. I want to say rainbow trout. I only have one. So if we go to this Edit Contents button up here at the top, it's the one that's got the star in it. That will allow us to actually go through and change the content. So I'm going to grab my type tool and go ahead and right here under the hard T, hit that S and get rid of it, and do I think that's all I want. And let's go ahead and do our selection tool, and we can actually move that back over now. All right, so Control S to save that one. So now what if you want to do, you just don't like the way it's wrapping. What if you want to make it look some other way? You can edit the envelope, which is the little gritty looking one. So it's Edit Envelope. If you double click in that one, it'll go ahead and pop open your panel. It should pop open your panel. We want warp options down here. And instead, let's do arc lower. Let's go ahead and change it. And let's make it a -12 instead. Hit Tab, you can kind of see what's going on, and say OK. Now let's go ahead and bring it down just a little tiny bit. All right, let's deselect all and do a Control S to save. So now we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of type on a path down here to we want to add, a good for you down here is kind of our call out. So let's go ahead with our selection tool, grab that. Let's do Control+, zoom in a few times. Let's grab our type tool, and we're going to go ahead, let's switch back out. Let's grab our type tool. If we come over the, I don't want a brush. All right, if we come over the edge, you're going to see we're going to get that type on a path cursor. So it's that kind of the cursed one, and it's really, really big because that's what we were typing with last. We're going to go ahead and fix that. Let's go ahead and go to our window. Let's go ahead and go to type. Let's go to paragraph styles. And let's change it to normal paragraph style. So it's going to make it small. And let's make it good for you with an exclamation point. Let's do Control A to select the whole thing. Now let's go ahead and change some of those properties. Let's go ahead and make the fill that strawberry. Our font family is going to be Oswald. We're going to go ahead and make it regular. And let's go ahead and bump that up to 16 points. And let's change the type, so our more options, to alt caps. So we've got our good for you. All right, so let's go ahead and do an escape to get our selection tool. And escape again. All right, and we should be able to now, with our selection tool, if you go just over the edge, you're going to get a pointer with a little arrow. And that's going to allow you to slide that on the path. So kind of decide where you want to put that good for you. Take it back just a little tiny bit. All right, so you've got the ability to go ahead and change those just like you can any kind of type on a path. So let's go ahead and do a Control S and save what we've got so far. Only a few more steps. We're going to finish this one out. So in a professional situation, you would want to make sure that you have, oh, let's fix this. I don't like how directions is popping down to this way. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move that so it pops over. I'm going to go ahead and in a professional situation, you want to go ahead and convert these into an outline instead of a text piece because you want to make sure that you don't lose any of your fonts. So what we're going to do is do a view, fit all in window. We're going to go ahead with our selection tool and drag across grilled and rainbow trout. I'm going to close those styles down. So I've got both of them. I want to go to edit and copy. And now I'm going to go to object and hide selection. All right, so it's okay that it's hiding. Now we're going to do an edit and paste in front, and this will give us the ability to go back and edit this later if we want to. Now we're going to go to type, and we're going to come down here to create outlines. If I can find here, create outlines. And it's going to go ahead and change those into images instead of, now it's editable artwork instead of text. So it's kind of like rasterizing. So let's go ahead to our last few things. We want to go ahead and grab these serves and this time. I want to kind of bring those down just a little bit. I want to grab most align functions. Let's align them to the top so they're aligned together. Maybe I want to take all three of those. Can I grab these two? Nope, doesn't want to grab those. All right, so now I'm going to do is grab that serves 8, 6 to 8. I'm going to do an Alt and drag and move my 6 to 8 up here. So I've got that right here. I'm going to grab that time and I'm going to line it up over here, kind of with my T. I'm going to grab both of those, shift and grab both of those, so kind of align them together. Not too bad. All right, maybe I want to put them in the middle of the box. So decide where you want to put them. Seems too high. All right, so I'm going to do a Control S and save. So I'm going to take that ingredients, let's move it down just a little bit. Tell you're happy with it, and go ahead and do a Control S. You're going to go ahead and package it. So file and package. Oh, what am I doing? Do a Control S to save. Let's do file and package. I'm going to go ahead and find my folder. So we are in lesson 9. Illustrator, lesson number 9. Select that folder. Instead of folder, I'm going to put PKG. And I want all my links. Let's go ahead and package it. Show package so I can see where it's at in my folder. I'm going to go into here. I can see that in my lesson 9, I now have this PKG folder, which I'm then going to right click and send to compressed folder. So in this one, you can tell that we've done quite a few different things with text. Really, just as we're playing with InDesign, playing with those styles, playing with how to make sure you're creating consistent looks and feels from one thing to another. So I look forward to seeing your lemonades and trouts. That's all for this one.